going on, everybody? In this video, we're going to look at the graphs of circles and really just looking at the important components of either graphing a circle or creating an equation from a graph of a circle. So, a couple of things that I really need to know and be familiar with right off the bat. The first thing is the center of any circle is always at h comma k. So what that means is, notice I have hk here, but when they are in the equation itself, the signs are opposite. So be sure that I'm changing those signs when putting in and pulling out of that formula. The second thing that we have is our radius squared. So r squared is my radius squared. We take the square root of r squared to find our radius. All right, so those are going to be the most important thing. Radius is obviously the distance from the center of the circle to the outside edge of the circle itself. And then the center of that circle right there, that is h comma k. As long as you know that stuff and you know how to convert between general and standard and general form, you are going to master circles. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight into these examples and go from there. This first example says, graph the given circle x plus 1 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 4. So this is easy. The way that I do that, when I'm given a very easy equation like this, the first thing that I want to do is I want to pull out my circle, or my center, sorry. So my center is always h comma k, where h is associated with the x and k is associated with the y. So when I take these numbers out of the equation, just bear in mind that the signs are going to change. So my x value is going to be -1, and my y value is going to be +2. So when I go to graph my circle, I'm going to have a center at -1, +2. Okay? So now I need to find my radius. And my radius comes from r squared. So I have 4, and I'm going to take the square root to figure out my radius, which gives me 2. And so the way that I graph my circle is I give myself 4 points. So I have 4 points above and on either side and below of my center. So I'm going to start at my center and I'm going to count up 2. 1, 2. Start at my center and I'm going to count down 2. 1, 2. Start at my center and I'm going to count left 2. 1, 2. Start at my center and I'm going to count 1, 2 to the right. Now, as you can see, my graph is not exactly perfect because it was hand drawn. But when I go to graph my circle, I want it to be as close to a circle as possible. And that is how we graph them. Very simple. I need 2 things. I need my center. I need my center. And I need my radius. Once I have that, I can plot it on the graph and I am good to go. Next, I want to write the equation for the circle if it's given to us on a graph. So again, I'm going to write x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So first things first, let's go get our center. Well, my center is going to be found at 1, 2, 3. So -3, and I'm going to go down 1, -2. Well, that's easy. Now I need my radius. So I'm just going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my radius is 5. It's 5. So now I can plug that back into my equation. So remember, as I'm plugging these pieces in to our equation, they are going to change signs. So what I want to do is plug that in so that I have x, and since that's a negative 3, it's going to become plus 3 squared plus y, that being a negative 2, it's going to become a positive 2 squared equals my radius squared is going to be 5 squared, which gives me 25. And that is writing an equation for a circle if it's given to us on a graph. So I hope you guys feel pretty good with being able to draw a circle from an equation or write an equation for a circle given a graph. Just remember the two most important things for circles is finding that center and finding the radius. So thanks for checking out the video. Be sure to check out the other videos I have on circles and solving them from general to standard form and vice versa. Thanks for checking us out. We'll see you next time.